Alright guys, so I wanted to show you some updates with the paint. Everything I painted, I ended up doing a second coat on. I'm not going to paint it on the tractor. I'm actually just going to have it finished before and then bolt it right on and then it's done. And then I'll just have to go around and just touch up all the bolts. So we picked up a few other things. We got the tail light. But what's nice is they came pre-painted and the paint matches perfectly to what I had already painted. And we got the rear spotlight, which I think is awesome. All the parts that I painted came out great, very shiny. The finish on them is very nice. We got the seat cover in, so we can actually put the seat cover on. It's got the Ford emblem on the back, which I love. All the bits and pieces nice and ready to go. And that's it. Let me show you what we're doing with the actual tractor itself. So on the tractor itself, we got everything taped off that we want taped off. And I went through with a brush and painted all the little hard to reach areas and all the like the heavy wear areas, because you know sometimes you put your feet up here when you're riding it. You know, the pedals, every handle. I have a good coat of paint on, and everything that's going to get a lot of movement or a lot of wear on it. The next thing we're going to do is go through and hit it with the spray gun, and then this will be pretty much done. We probably have to do maybe 2 or 3 coats on this to get it all uniform and even and nice looking. And I gotta paint the exhaust too. And that's pretty much it. Just gonna paint this red. This will remain black and it'll probably burn off eventually. But there we have it. So I'll pick this up when the painting resumes. What a difference a week makes. So last week we were able to get the frame all painted, the whole chassis. And this week my father-in-law's been taking the time to actually just bolt everything on. So we've got everything ready to run. It did fire up. I'll just have to save a running clip for later in the video because now my little tank is out of gas here. So we got everything. I mean, it's done basically, and it runs so nice. It starts a little hard because there's a lot of compression because of the new rebuild. So you know, it takes a minute to get it running, but once it's running, I mean, I can't believe how smooth it is. So as you can see, there's still a dent here, but with the hood comes about this low, so you won't even see that dent, which is very pretty nice. And yeah, I mean, everything's period correct. Bare lug nuts, because that's how they did it at the factory. They painted everything separately and put bare lug nuts on, so with that front and rear. Same with the hub nuts. And we did the thick coats of paint with the brush on pedals and the transmission box, so everything is very sturdy. Everything is very, you know, it's going to be pretty durable if you're putting your feet up here or anything like that when you cross over. The 3-point hitch works perfectly. I mean, it came out awesome. I can't wait to get the whole thing back together. Just perfect. Fenders came out great. All the gauges brand new. Original steering wheel. We didn't even have to patch it. There's a couple little cracks in it, but it's not anything terrible. But yeah, I love this little light. It's got its own little switch back here. We were even able to find an original 8N light switch, which is a full style light switch, which is pretty cool. Original key. We just have to wire up the, here's the original switch. It's got its own fuse in it. So we just have to wire up the key to the switch so that way the switch only receives power when the key is on. We're gonna wire the spotlight to the key, but on its own separate circuit because it has its own switch. So we're going to put an inline fuse on the light itself, so that way you can, you know, you can just basically turn the key and run that light without having to start the entire tractor to have that rear spotlight work. And it's, I mean, it's got a brand new toolbox, brand new battery box. Get that open, jeez. Brand new battery box. 6-volt battery, 6-volt system, new spark plugs, new plug wires, new belt, whole new wiring harness, which is basically, you know, a very simple wiring harness. It's like a 3-wire wiring harness. And it's even got, this is not, sorry, an original 8N feature. This, I think, came off the 9Ns, but his father had this option on his 8N. And this is it's a floorboard toolbox, which is pretty neat. This is actually a remanufactured one. Came painted from the factory. It looks, you know, identical paint, which is perfect. We didn't even have to paint it, prep it, anything. It just bolted right on. So yeah, as we're assembling things, we're going back through and we're touching up all the bolts so there's no tool marks on the bolts. You know, just run around with a little brush. Some of the areas painted a little thin, so we might have to tape these off and hit these again. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but you can see a little gray primer through, gray primer through there. But yeah. So next time you see it, hopefully it'll be all assembled and we can do a running video. Right now, unfortunately, my father-in-law was, oh, I don't want to lose those. Those are the new safety stickers. Put that back over there. These are the new safety stickers. One for the oil, one for the battery. I'm going to put those on at some point. I have some gray paint mixed up here and reduced and ready to go because when he was putting the side vent in for the airbox, the bolt got screwed up on him and he had to put it on its hood and he ended up screwing up the paint. So we sanded it back down, fixed a couple more high and low spots, and I missed the inside here. So I got to give that another coat of paint. And we drilled the holes for the headlights to mount. There's actually I don't know if you can see it, but there's an indent there for the wings that used to be on these, but his father didn't have the wings on his. So we left the rear one in, which would have been factory, and drilled out the front one so the headlights can go in there. And these were never separated, so there's no paint in here, and it started to flash rust pretty quick because the bolts had a little rust on them. So we decided to just take it apart, hit them with another coat of paint, and be done with it. So I'm going to give these another coat of paint, let them sit up a couple of days, and then we'll put them back on the tractor, and hopefully we can get you guys a clip of it running by the end of this video. Well, there it is, one day later. I don't know how loud this is going to be. We still have to hook up the lights. I still have to finish up the Ford and the inside there. It's covered in mud because we just took it out, saw how it went. We got one Ford painted. I still have to do the other one. And I still have to do the ones on the hood. So it looks like this last coat of paint came out great. Nice and smooth. The fan's hitting the shroud a little bit, so we will have to work on that. Everything's all set and ready to go. No smoke. Let's take it for a ride. So there you have it, 99.9% done. I don't think I'll make another video for just painting some of the emblems, so this was where I'll leave you. But I hope you enjoyed. As you can see, this is the third time we've done a tractor. This one, the 600, he and his son did about 15 years ago. This one we did about 3-4 years ago. This one actually gets a lot of use. It does parade work, it does work around the farm. We utilize the PTO for the brush cutter and a few other things, so this tractor actually does see a lot of work. On that one we actually had stickers for the Fords. Didn't have to hand paint them like on this one. But anyway, coming right along. So this one is going to be another, I think this one, the 800, we're going to retire from parade duty, and we're going to have the 8N do parade duty from here on out. And basically have it be the show tractor, because I think it came out the best out of all three. Just give you guys a quick walk around. Alright, and there you have it. Again, hope you enjoyed. If you like, please comment, subscribe, and like. And we'll catch you later. Ah, what a nice day.